In August 1945, the United States dropped two atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, unleashing unprecedented destructive power. This action was not only retaliation for Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor, but also a stern warning to the world. Do not dare provoke the United States. In the aftermath, it was widely believed that no force on Earth could threaten the world's most powerful superpower. But then came September 11th, 2001. 19 extremists from remote Afghan mountain regions would once again bring shame upon America. Using Boeing passenger planes, they launched a holy war against New York City, slamming into iconic buildings and striking the Pentagon, the nerve center of U.S. defense. This was the tragedy of 9/11. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, as millions of New Yorkers woke up to begin a busy Monday, crowds were already pouring into the World Trade Center, a bustling complex of 7 skyscrapers. At the same time, Mohammed Atta was on the phone with his co-conspirators, confirming that everything was ready. Their 4 targets were American Airlines Flight 11, United Airlines Flight 175, American Airlines Flight 77, United Airlines Flight 93. At 7 a.m. local time, at Boston's Logan International Airport, American Airlines Flight 11 was making its final preparations for departure to Los Angeles. On board were 5 hijackers led by Mohammed Atta, including Abdulaziz al-Omari, Walid al-Sheri, Wael al-Sheri, and Satam al-Sukami. Carrying small knives disguised as passengers, they passed security and boarded the plane. 92 passengers and 11 crew members were aboard. The pilot was John Ogonowski, and the co-pilot was former Navy fighter pilot Thomas McGuinness Jr. At 7:59 a.m., the wide-body jetliner lifted off from runway 4. By 8:13 a.m., cruising at 26,000 feet over Massachusetts, air traffic control instructed the plane to turn right. Moments later, controllers cleared it to climb to 30,000 feet, but there was no reply. In the business class cabin, Mohammed Atta and his accomplices used weapons to subdue 3 people, injure 2 flight attendants, and slit a male passenger's throat. They forced attendants to open the cockpit door and stormed in, quickly overpowering the captain and co-pilot. Atta, who had flight training, took control of the aircraft. His accomplices herded passengers to the rear, threatening them with a fake bomb. At 8:16 a.m., just 2 minutes after the hijacking, the plane leveled at 29,000 feet, but veered off course. Controllers at Boston could hear faint screaming through the radio. By 8:21 a.m., the plane's transponder was turned off. At 8:24 a.m., Atta mistakenly broadcast a message intended for passengers. "We have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay," to Boston Air Traffic Control instead. Meanwhile, 2 flight attendants, Amy Sweeney and Betty Ong, managed to contact American Airlines, reporting the hijacking. At 8:26 a.m., the plane accelerated southward. At 8:46 a.m., at nearly 700 kilometers per hour, American Airlines Flight 11 slammed into floors 93 to 99 of the North Tower of the World Trade Center, killing hundreds instantly. All 92 on board died, along with many inside the building. The jet's 38 tons of fuel ignited massive fires, trapping nearly 1,000 survivors. About 200 people in panic leapt from upper floors. The event was broadcast live. Some reporters initially mistook the jet for a small twin-engine plane. President George W. Bush, visiting a school in Florida, was told it might have been an accident. Evacuations began, but no one realized another hijacked plane was already on the way. At 9:03 a.m., just 17 minutes later, United Airlines Flight 175, also hijacked, crashed into the South Tower between floors 77 to 85 at nearly 950 kilometers per hour. The fiery impact was seen live worldwide. 56 passengers and 9 crew members were killed instantly, along with hundreds inside. The South Tower collapsed only 56 minutes later. At 9:37 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77, hijacked after takeoff from Dulles Airport, slammed into the western side of the Pentagon, killing 125 people inside and all 64 on board. Finally, United Airlines Flight 93, delayed in departing Newark, was seized by hijackers bound for Washington, D.C., believed to target either the Capitol or the White House. Passengers informed via phone calls about the earlier attacks resolved to fight back. At 10:01 a.m., they stormed the cockpit. In the struggle, the hijackers crashed the plane into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, killing all 44 on board, but preventing far greater loss. In total, 2,996 people were killed and over 6,000 injured on September 11, 2001. To this day, debates rage over the true motives and possible hidden factors behind 9/11. Some theories claim such a complex attack couldn't have been executed solely by men from mountain caves using cell phones. Others argue elements within the U.S. government may have known or even facilitated the attacks to justify later wars in Afghanistan and Iraq and to secure Middle Eastern oil. Supporting points often cited include the delayed or absent U.S. Air Force response, the small hole at the Pentagon seen by some as inconsistent with a Boeing 757 impact, the collapse of WTC-7, which some believe resembled controlled demolition, unusual trading activity before September 11, where large amounts of put options were purchased against United and American Airlines stock. In 2019, a hacker group calling itself the Dark Overlord threatened to release 18,000 confidential documents from insurers and U.S. agencies, including the FBI, TSA, and FAA, related to the attacks.